Hi, grade 12s. We're on the move again with ratios and analysing our financial statements. So today we're going to have a look at two, and they are the net asset value and the earnings per share. So let's have a look at the net asset value first. And so the net asset value gives an indication of the actual value of the shares according to the company's books. In other words, what is the book value of the shares that have been issued? The formula we're going to use to explain this is shareholders' equity multiplied by 100 divided by the number of issued shares. Please, it has to be the issued shares. You cannot use the authorized shares because we can't do a calculation on shares which we have not yet issued. How are we going to comment? So we're going to compare, just as per usual, this year's figures with last year's figures, and we're going to state the difference. We've been doing this with all our commenting, and it gets us 2 marks. So we're here to try and gather as many marks as possible in a test or an exam. So what we're going to do, we're going to compare the NAV with the market price. Now you may be asking, what is the market price? And the market price is simply the price that is paid for shares on the JSE. So the price that is paid, let's just add that in there, the price that is paid for shares on the JSE. And you'll remember that the JSE is the Johannesburg Securities Exchange, and we dealt with that right at the beginning of the year when we started companies and we spoke about the JSE. So let's continue. So our market price will usually be higher than our book value because of the historical principle. What's the historical principle? May I remind you? It's the principle where we record any item at the original cost that was paid for the item. And so shares bought 5 years ago, simply because of the rand value, we won't be able to buy as many shares with, let's say, 5 rand today as we were able to do 5 years ago. So market prices are usually higher, and again, the reason for that is because they were recorded at the original price paid for it, known as the historical principle of GAAP. Next, supply and demand can also increase the prices. Why? You may ask. Well, if something's in demand, there's very often a scarcity about it, and so people are prepared to pay a higher price. When there's a lot of something around, people will pay a lower price. Now, if the NAV price is lower than the market value, the markets usually experience a bull market, and if closer, they would experience a bear market. This isn't in the syllabus, but if you were to quote that it was a bull market or a bear market, you would certainly impress your examiner, and I'm sure she or he would look very favorably on your answer. Now, your parents are always complaining if you're on your computer. I'm giving you a legitimate reason to go onto your computer and Google bull and bear markets for a better understanding and extension of your knowledge of the stock markets. So, as I said, you're not going to be tested on it, but it's interesting just to Google this topic. We're now going to move on to our earnings per share. So the earnings per share indicates the profitability of a company per issued share. Formula: Again, net profit, remember it's always after tax, times 100 divided by the number of issued shares. Remember, it's always issued shares. And so what you need to remember is that your answer will always be in cents. So you can either quote your answer, but you must write the word cents after your answer, or alternatively, you can write it as a rand value. So if your answer was 150 cents, you would write 150 and the word cents. Alternatively, you could convert that to 1 rand 50, and both would be acceptable in a test or an exam. So how do we comment on the EPS? As usual, we compare this year's figures with last year's figures, and we state the difference. We're going to look at the profitability of the company, as this will affect the EPS. Obviously, the more profitable a business is, the better the effect will be on the EPS. And then in conclusion, what have we learned today? The NAV indicates the book value of the shares, while the market value is the price that is being paid for shares being sold on the JSE. And the EPS indicates the profit the business would make per share. Homework. Please do the prescribed exercises that have been given to you. Learn the formula for NAV, for EPS, and how to comment on the indicators. Now, NAV and EPS, and in the next lesson, we will look at the DPS. They are sometimes also called indicators as well as ratios. So just a bit of expanding of our vocabulary with regards to this section of work. Have fun doing your homework, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.